Okay, thank you so much for the warm welcome. And I'm excited to be here and I can't wait to get to know everybody. And I pray we have a very interactive and very smooth session. I hope everyone can hear me. If there's any challenges or you don't understand anything through the session, you can just let me know and I'll pause and explain it to you. So today we are talking about how to stand out in a crowded market. And this is something that transcends beyond um, industry or beyond your field. Everybody needs to stand out because right now there's so much noise. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and get on with the presentation. Okay, so how to stand out, how to make your business stand out. So how to rise above the noise, how to get noticed when other people are doing the same thing you are doing, and why does it even matter in the first place? Well, I can say for a fact that none of you can be able to count the number of hair businesses in Accra or even in Ghana or in Nigeria right now. It's insane. There are so many of us, but yet throughout my business journey, I have tried my best to rise above everyone else in terms of doing things differently, being consistent, trying to create something beyond the buying and selling. So one thing I realized is that our parents, most of our parents, you realize some of them actually had businesses, but after a while, their businesses die down, or even after retirement, they are not able to even hand over the business to you. Well, let me speak for myself because my father had a very lucrative business, and growing up, I could actually say that my father had money. There were times he would buy several cars in the year, but now he has retired and I don't know anything about his business because he was just doing what everyone else was doing. So there was nothing long lasting or nothing that could transcend beyond his generation. And I move for the motion that we as a generation, we can do better. Why do we see other people in other countries having businesses that they can hand over to their children and we cannot do the same? It's just something that we are lacking, and I think we can definitely do that. So that's why this topic is very relevant. Okay. Um, it's very hard to stand out these days because there are more businesses than ever before. Our parents even had it easier than we do now because whatever you are thinking about has already been done. There are so many people doing the exact same thing you are doing, right? So what makes you different? Why would somebody remember you? If you are also selling on Instagram, TikTok, what makes you special? Right now, most people are getting their products, or those in retail are getting most of their products from China, Turkey, Vietnam. And funny enough, you would find about 10 different competitors having the same supplier and they don't even know it. So if the same supplier is sending out the same products to 10 different people, nowadays you cannot boast and say your product will speak for you because now your product is 10 other people have the same product you have, the same quality of product you have. So it's no longer about your product. It's now about your business and your brand. And now consumers are overwhelmed with options. People wake up, they go online, and they don't even know who they are supposed to buy from because there are so many people. So you definitely need to stand out in order to make your brand recognizable. Okay. So first of all, in order to make your business stand out, these are the things you need to make sure you have laid on the ground before you go on to try and take steps to make your business stand out. First of all, you have to clarify who you are, what you offer, and who you serve. So who are you? You have to really clarify what you are, what your business stands for. So one thing is that you cannot serve everybody. That's a mistake some of us try to make. Because, for example, when you decide to market your business to people, less likely to act. They are less likely to make a purchase or do anything regarding your business. But when you speak to someone and the person feels like you are talking to me, so sometimes you realize you watch commercials and then you are just so, it feels like this person was just speaking directly to me because this is exactly what I'm going through. You realize it draws you closer. And even if you don't make a purchase, you remember that business, and then that business stands out in your mind above the noise. So you have to be very clear on who you are, what you offer, and who you serve. And you have to be consistent. So one thing is that consistency is very underrated, honestly. What I've realized from even just putting my personal brand out there, I just started doing that since last year. And because I am consistent with things, people just assume I am so much to offer, right? Because I just decided to get up and show up every single day, I was able to stand out among other people who would post and then disappear because they are going through something and then come back and post and then disappear. Exactly. So consistency is very important. Your visuals have to also match. If you are trying to have a clear message, you don't want to confuse people. So you would want your colors to be on point. You want them to match. You want everything to just match across platforms so people can easily remember you. And your message and tone must match as well. So one thing I have decided to do is that anytime I have to give, or anytime I decide to um, give a business advice, I make sure I look for a clean blazer. I make sure I look very professional because that is my tone. That is my tone and my message, right? So in that case, it cuts across every single platform I am in. Because today I was invited to speak here, and I can't just get up knowing that it's an online webinar. I just show up in my house attire, feeling all comfortable. It takes away from my brand message because my brand message is professionalism and being like just dressing professional and looking on point. And also, you have to be confident. One thing is unfortunate, but I don't know if most of you here are from Ghana, and I don't know how many people are from Nigeria. But being from both countries, what I have realized is that Nigerians are more confident in who they are and what they know. But Ghanaians, growing up, I grew up in Ghana, we were not really taught confidence as much as other people. So it's like you want to do something, your parents will be like, no, keep quiet, sit down there. Like the confidence was not, we were not nurtured in confidence. And that has been a problem that some of us have had to overcome. Because when you realize, you see some people in the US, I have a business mentor in the US. Sometimes people don't even know him, but this is how he introduces himself. My name is JT Fox, the #1 wealth and business coach, blah, 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 blah. You might have never heard from him or never even heard his name. But the fact that he shows up, he's bold, he's confident, that just makes you feel like this guy has something to offer. And no matter what, you are going to remember him. So confidence is something that we as entrepreneurs, as business people, we need to really show. Because once you are confident in your business, you are confident in your products, people are going to remember you. Yeah. And also connection. Connection is how you make people feel. So one thing that I decided to do differently for my brand, that's my hair business, was I always came and I spoke in front of the camera to my audience or to my customers. So anytime something was going on, I'll just come and then speak to them. So in a way, whenever people met me, they felt like they already knew me. So there was that connection that they had with Glam and Inches, or yes, my hair business. So I've translated that into my personal brand, and it has really worked for me. So it's not about just posting texts and images all the time, people get tired of that because there's so much to see, there's so much to read. But once a while, show up in front of your audience, speak to them, let them get to know a little part of you. Let them know that, oh, okay, this is even how her voice or his voice sounds like. So in that way, they are able to remember you. Subconsciously, it just registers in their mind, and then it makes your business stand out. Okay, so before I go on, I don't know, are there any questions so far? If there are any questions, you can just leave them in the chat box because I don't want to get ahead of myself. Okay, so if there are no questions, okay, I see a few questions. Okay, all right, please go on. Okay. Um, okay, so these are, so ask yourself these questions. What does my business stand for? What makes my business different from the next business? What problem do I solve? Okay, so let's say you are a company that, just looking for a random company now, a tech company. Let's say even Oze app. What does Oze add in financial support and providing guidance to businesses? They also go the further step to provide resources like organizing monthly Zoom or monthly workshops. Because if you give, you realize that even if you give people money and you don't give them the resources to develop their mindset, you have just wasted your time. So Oze app is going further than just providing financial resources. They're also providing educational resources as well. And what problem do they solve? They solve the problem of businesses starting and not succeeding. So once Oze app knows their brand, they know what they stand for, it's very easy for them to be able to set themselves apart from other businesses, and then they stand out. Okay. So secondly, you have to define your audience. So one thing that you can't run a business without is knowing who your target audience is. You have to really understand your target audience, know their pain points, know where they are spending most of their time. Because if, for example, you are offering scholarships to students, right? Or you're offering something that pertains to students, you will not spend your time sharing flyers at the bank because there are no students there. So you would rather spend your time on Twitter, on Instagram. If possible, you would visit the universities because you want to your audience and you define your audience clearly, you're able to craft your brand message and you're able to be specific and target them appropriately. Okay. And the third step is you need to position yourself with purpose. Okay. So sometimes when you scroll on Instagram, you can definitely see a business that is just copying other people from a business that knows exactly what they are doing. So you realize that some people just keep changing their brand message every single time because they don't really know what they are about. So they are still getting to understand their purpose, right? So you shouldn't just And one thing I would say is that you have to go beyond your product. I mentioned that earlier because trust me, you can never, it's not possible. People don't buy the best, they just buy what works for them. So don't sometimes, even though you should have a good product, don't waste all your time and money trying to get the best quality of items because people don't care if it's the best or not. They just go with what works for them. So you have to remind them that what you sell is beyond the product. You sell the experience. So how do you define your unique selling point? This is just a chart to help you define it. So this pink circle is your business. This is your competitor's business. And this green circle is your customer. So, okay. So your strengths are over here. So let's say you know exactly you have great products, stuff like that. But maybe your customer also has great products. So you see there will be an overlap between your strengths and your customers, your competitor's strengths. But even though your competitor has great products as well, there's still a strategic advantage because once you realize that you and someone else are selling the same thing, now you need to find a way to package yours to look better than whatever that person is selling. So that's a strategic advantage. Then your competitor is also having certain strengths that you don't have. And the customer is leaning into those strengths. So those are market opportunities. So you realize your competitor has something else, maybe an extra product that you don't have. So that's a market opportunity for you to explore. And your customer has certain needs, but then your competitor doesn't provide them. So those are the unique solutions that you provide, right? So if you're able to overlap all these things, you're able to take advantage of the strategic advantages, market opportunities, unique solutions, you combine all of them, then you have your standout factor. What makes you different from other businesses? Yeah, okay. Okay, so next, you need to build trust and relationships. Yes, like I said, people need to relate with you. They need to actually know who you are. And you can only do that by being consistent. You cannot show up, disappear, show up, disappear. You can't do that. You also have to be transparent. As much as possible, you have to be very transparent with your customers. So sometimes we think when we tell our customers certain things about the business, it's going to take away from us, but it actually doesn't. It actually adds on. So an example is that in January, my business, we decided to run a giveaway. And right after we launched the giveaway, sales became really slow. So because of that, we lost interest in the giveaway, but people had already submitted. So we knew that we had to build trust because if we just cancel it, they are not going to take us seriously anymore. So what we did was we decided to come. I decided to come and I apologized to them for wasting their time and everything. And I decided to start the giveaway again. So in that case, I was very transparent with them and I was able to maintain the trust. And now we even had so many other people signing up for the giveaway because they, as soon as I came in and I started apologizing, they were interested to hear what I had to say. So that piqued their interest. And now people are just submitting just to be a part of it. Yes, so transparency is very important. And also storytelling. Sometimes your customers just see product, product, product. Like people will just post, if you're selling shoes, you post shoe after shoe after shoe. Sometimes your customers get tired of it. They want to know who they are giving their money to. Because now money is very hard to come by. So people buy based on emotions. So if you are selling a shoe and I see another shoe from another company and that company is telling me that these shoes were not made with they each maybe let's say each 10% of the earnings from this shoe is going towards a charity or something, just a story around the business. Or let's say this business was founded on principles, blah, 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 blah. This is how we started the business. It just creates an emotional trigger, which subconsciously you realize that you'll be actually going towards that business and you find yourself spending more of your money in that business. Okay. And the final step is, okay. The final step is to create systems for sustainability. Okay, so this initially, you may not see the direct impact on your business, but creating automations is very important because now you have to preserve your energy. You have to preserve your mental space as an entrepreneur. Why do you need to do that? It gives you the space to create. As an entrepreneur, your role and responsibility in the business is not to be answering customers' DMs or speaking to like your role is not to be doing the groundwork as an entrepreneur. Your role is to come up with ideas to grow the business, right? So if you're able to clear your mental space, conserve your energy for that, you realize that your business grows faster, right? So you should work smarter, not harder. You have to empower your team and as much as possible, hire people that are smarter than you. So most of the time, because we are afraid to pay people, we want to hire people just to, but then you realize that you hire people and because they are not smart, you end up using all your time, you end up using all your time to train them. And then after you finish training them, now because they are not smart enough to apply what you have taught them, now you have to end up managing them. So at the end of the day, it's like you are paying somebody just to take care of the person. And that is very ridiculous. So as if you have to just add a little just to hire people who are smart, then you should do that. And also, you should have a website. Initially, a website may not seem important to you, but it really helps with automations because after a while, you'll be able to redirect your customers there and everything seems professional. Because last year, I didn't have a website for the business of your dreams. And I had a lot of people reaching out to me for business content or advice. And because I didn't have a website, it was very chaotic. I ended up taking them to several different places. But once I set up the website, everything has been very seamless in the sense that it kind of confirms my credibility, right? And also it gives you room to improve. So once you have the website, okay, now you want to create more things just to add on to it to the website. You realize that you are even adding more services that you didn't add before. And also it makes your work easier. It helps you to automate your services as well. Okay. So in summary, in order to make your business stand out, the first step is to know your brand. Know your brand very well, understand what your business stands for and who you serve, define your audience. Your target audience, you have to study them. Study them like just study your audience very well. Get to know them, understand their pain points, understand where they are going to be. Just yeah. And also position yourself with purpose. Like I said, once you show you know what you're about, it just kind of makes your business stand out. Build trust and relationships, transparency, storytelling, consistency. Let people know who you are. And also create systems for sustainability. Another reason why you need to create systems for sustainability is the main aim of business is to make money while you sleep. So you have to be able to replicate yourself. How do you do that? You need to hire people who are smart, as smart as you, if not better. And then you can now hand over certain parts of the business to them. So when you are not around, your business runs. Because I've been in Denmark. I came to Denmark last year for 5 months. I went back to Ghana. I've been in Ghana, in Denmark again this since January, but my business is still running because I have systems in place and I don't need to always worry about the next customer, the next, do you understand? Because I have systems as well, I'm able to track certain things. I have an inventory system. I also have a website. I also have a platform where we can, an accounting platform as well. So everything is tracked. Everything is seamless. If anything is missing in the shop, I can always go to the website and trace it because where was this sold? Why is it not available in the shop? So now I can be away from my business for months and it still runs without me. So this is something I have learned from some of my coaches because sometimes I think people we realize that people listen a lot, but they are not able to apply. So I don't know, with the permission of the Oze team, I would like to do a bit of life coaching just to interact with the people who have joined this and then get to know them a bit, if you don't mind.
Permission granted.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I can't find, let me see. Okay. Um, I would just want five people to. I've seen some questions. I'll go over it during the question and answer time. Um, but before that, I would like five people to raise their hands if they would want to engage in the life coaching. So basically, I'll just ask you about your business and ask you about your biggest challenge now, and then we see how best we can quickly give you uh, advice or tips on how you can grow your business. Okay. Uh, okay. Patricia, let me start with Patricia. That's the hand I saw first.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, Patricia.
Yeah, can I go on?
Oh, yes, kindly go ahead. So, what
Yes,
business are
so
you in? And then just, yeah.
so I'm Patricia and I deal in Afrocentric products. Um I have three main categories. We have the skincare and the main motivation behind that is providing impact, empowerment for where I come from. Shabata is our main product,
Okay.
baobab oil as well. But we add other stuff to it in whip. Of course, we have targeted clients who want it all pure or formulated. I hope I'm not everywhere.
No, go ahead.
Um, and then
Mhm.
we have if you know Northern Kente, I mean, we weave it. So I'm just selling my origins. We have Northern Kente. What we are best in is what I'm doing. And so we have the Northern Kente opera usually for brides and some other people who want to wear it for occasions. And then lastly, we have the peanut butter.
Okay.
This I chose because um, we produce the best peanuts.
Okay.
There is hot sun there, so peanuts are able to dry very well, and they pass the aflatoxin test
Okay.
always, and they are very tasty. The kind of species we have over there. So this is what I do, and I just use it as a centric brand. I've been thinking about, am I segregating these different products or I'm
Yeah.
putting them together? Because sometimes you see someone who is really buying skincare and wanting another Kente. And so when I segregate, will they know I sell this too?
Mhm.
And it's just, I don't know. I looked at cross selling.
Okay.
Um, bundles and all of that, and it makes everything difficult. When it's on a website, I know I can make it like e-commerce, different compartment, different categories. But when it comes to social media like Instagram and
It's a bit,
Facebook, then it's like you are now in skincare and the next day you are.
yeah,
And I also have this thing inside of me saying that some skincare people who are some strong skincare enthusiasts, it may be a turn off for them when they see um um like maybe Kente on the page. So
okay,
that's a problem. To worsen the situation, I
yeah,
usually advertise on a particular group,
okay,
professional women,
okay,
and I've always been the one advertising. And I noticed a competitor. This is a church platform. I noticed a competitor join my church,
okay,
so I knew um, that was a threat, but there's nothing I can do about that. And she was quiet, so I knew there was something happening, but I don't know what it was.
okay,
Until yesterday, she came out. These are very high professional women.
okay,
She came out with she had never really posted, but I think she has a support community because the lady she wasn't the one who posted it was a different lady, and she posted her with her lab code, with certification from Formula Botanica. I mean, these are
okay.
foreign training, and so it just
Yeah,
it
okay.
just caused
All right.
me to it's something I've always been thinking of doing. I mean, expertise, but I have not really taken a step forward quickly. Like, so I like what you said about action when you started, that you learn and
Mm, okay.
um you take action.
Okay.
And so now I was just there struggling with chat GTP. This is the case. What do I do to stand out? And I saw this problem. I'm like, wow, this is for me. So
Okay. All right. Okay. So first of all, Patricia, so right now, what's the name of your business?
native allele,
Uh,
native
Okay.
allele.
Okay. And who is your target audience? Who do you sell to?
So I sell to women,
So which,
25 to 60 years,
okay.
who have a taste for um, Africa, Afrocentric products.
So do you mean,
And
so do you mean people in the diaspora?
I love to say people in the diaspora, but I am also okay to
So what you need to understand is that even if you have a target audience, it doesn't mean everyone else cannot buy from you, right? But when you have a target audience, it helps you to mold your business to attract that target audience, right? So if you are selling Afrocentric products, first of all, the name Native Allure is a bit ambiguous because does this allure is more like beauty? So does it speak to beauty? Does it speak to general? So I think maybe you should definitely have something native. I like the word native, but what I'm not sure of is the allure part of it, right? And also you selling skincare, kente, and then the rest. You need to really, like I said, you need to clarify what you want to do. If you want to sell all three products, then you need to market yourself as a business that sells African products. So in that case, you are not limited to skincare, you're not limited to nothing kente, you're not limited to peanut butter. Because let's say in the next 3, 4 years, you discover something new that people like, you can also add it to your business. So in that case, Native Allure, we sell Afrocentric products. For example, then you have the shea butter, blah, blah, blah. So in that case, you can boldly market your business as we sell all these three products. You can come to us, we sell Afrocentric products. maybe you have different, maybe because sometimes people may send you things, you not have them, but it will even help you to add more things to your portfolio. And then when you are marketing yourself on social media, you can market all the items you have. So it's more like a supermarket now, but for Afrocentric products. So let's say specific weeks, you can take, maybe this week you want to talk about skincare. So this week you post skincare things, skincare tips, just to attract the skincare people. But then at the back of your mind, you every caption you can just end it with shop from Native Allure. We sell Afrocentric products, including blah, blah, blah. So you are not limited, right? In that case, you are now going beyond targeting specific skincare people. Now you are targeting people who are interested in Afrocentric products. And why I mention people in the diaspora is that living in the diaspora now, what I've realized is that everybody wants a piece of home, right? They always want to feel like they are connected to Ghana, or they are connected to where they come from. So as soon as you talk to them, they feel like you are speaking to them directly. So it won't be difficult for you to market to them. Because in this case, now over here, the weather is so dry. It's extremely dry. So if if you market it as shea butter, that is going to make your skin soft even during the winter or during the dry season. Like, I mean, something that speaks to their pain points, right? Nothing can take that you can, maybe aside getting married, you can have more casual, because over here they would like to maybe dress a bit more casual. So you can have more casual styles for them. So you can wear your nothing kente just to have a connection to where you are from. So something like that. So in that case, you have summarized your target audience. When they come to Ghana for Christmas time, they are always looking forward to buying these things. So then it doesn't mean that other people in Ghana will not buy from you. They will still buy from you, all right. Once you segment and you market appropriately, they will still buy from you. But it just makes your business clearer, because you wake up now, you know your purpose. You are not all over the place. You get up, you are going straight to do exactly what you know what you are doing, because you know exactly what you're doing. Okay. And about the competitor joining your group, what I've realized is that from the topic I mentioned today, or for the topic we discussed today, it's all about standing above your competitors. So if you are realizing that there's something that your competitor has that you don't have, it's all about studying them, getting to know it, seeing if you need to add that to your services as well. And if you have a competitor in your group, honestly, I don't think that should bother you at all. It just means that there is more market for the business. That's why somebody has decided to join that same business. So you now have to make your business stand out, so that everybody remembers your business and not the competitor's business. And also, if you want to develop your personal brand, you need to be very niche focused. For your personal brand, you can't do everything. You need to be niche focused. If you are going to talk about skincare, talk about skincare. If you're going to talk about kente, maybe how the source of nothing kente, how it's made. There's so much knowledge to share. There's so much knowledge. There's so much knowledge to share in that area, because people are yearning to, and even with that, people who will be following you will be your target market, because now those who are interested in nothing kente, they want to know how it was made, where it comes from. It means they're also interested in buying it, right? So yeah, it's not something you need to worry yourself about, especially the competitor. And also, it's definitely possible to start your personal brand. Okay. So I would move to Patricia. If that's okay, I'll move to the next person.
Thank you.
It's clear?
Yeah, thank you. Apart from the personal brand, is it when you say niche focus, personal brand, is it me, what I do, what I wear, what I say?
Yes.
Um,
No, so niche is just like the topic. For example, I post things about business. So it means all my posts, even if even if I post myself on vacation, my caption will be taking time away from business. So people, as soon as people see me, they know I'm talking about business all the time. So that's what I mean by niche, your niche and your focus. Okay. So, I mean, we are running out of time. So I'll go to the next person. I think I saw someone, but okay. Mrs. Beidou.
Hello.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, please, good morning or good afternoon. Okay, so as you mentioned, my name is Mrs. Beidou. I'm the owner of Orak Foods. The Orak is Olrag. Sorry,
OL,
RAG.
ORAC.
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. It's an acronym.
okay.
Organic, lovable, resilient, authentic food.
Food.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are actually into the production of organic food,
Okay.
specifically tiger nut dates, fruits like cereal.
Okay.
What I've noted with me is my currently like we've increased our production
Okay.
and I want to increase my market, like expand my market. So initially I was supplying to about 3 hospitals, out of which I've lost 2 of the hospitals because they feel like uh, the pricing is a bit higher. But in as much as I lost those 2 hospitals, I also gained other hospitals which feel the pricing is very moderate and
Okay.
their demand is a bit high. But my problem is now I want to expand to supermarket, like the big supermarket.
Okay.
And I'm having issues. Firstly, like poker trading in Ghana. I don't know if you've heard of poker trading.
Sorry.
Mm.
Mention it again.
Poker trading.
Poco trading. Yes, yes, yes. I think.
Yes.
Is it Poco Farm? Is that what it is?
No. Poker trading is a trading more like a supermarket in
Okay.
Ghana.
All right.
So we're dealing with them and they requested for FD approval, which by God's grace we've gotten the approval. And as we sent it, they are now requesting for VAT invoice stuff, which is really draining us because as we went to the GRA, it's more like cumbersome work which we don't know when it's going to work. So because of these limitations, I'm not seeing the way to expand to the supermarket and the big malls like the China Mall and the Melcom and those other places. So my question is, how do I go about this? Because I really want to expand, but
Okay.
how do I go about this?
Okay. So you know that these problems you are going through or these hindrances you are going through, they are not going anywhere. I don't know if you get
Okay.
what I'm trying to say. Um,
Yeah.
they are not going anywhere in the sense that in the next oh, sorry. I'm trying to find. Okay. They are not going anywhere in the sense that in the next 5 years, when you try to expand again, you will still be asked for these requirements, right? So my advice is go through with it. Even if it takes 6 months, 1 year, do it once and for all. So if they are asking for VAT invoices, get the VAT invoices for them. If you need help with that, there are some people who offer consultancy, like they offer services. They help you with your taxes and stuff like that. You can reach out to some of these people, ask them how you can speed up the process of getting your VAT invoices, because that is what you need to do. That's the bridge you need to cross. So just do it because it's not going anywhere. If you don't expand now and you want to expand in the next 5 years, they might even add more requirements at that time. Maybe by now they'll be asking you for a facility inspection or stuff like that. Yes,
They've done
exactly.
that
So,
already.
okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if these things are not impossible to get, you have the FDA approval. Congratulations on that.
Thank
They're
you.
asking you for VAT invoices, work on it. Maybe dedicate 3 months to 6 months to get all these things they're asking for, right? Because those are just stumbling blocks and you shouldn't let that hinder your progress. Yeah.
And secondly, has to do with I don't know if you have any institution that you can recommend for me. Some of the supermarkets also are requesting for a standardized barcode. So I think there's a barcoding system. Initially, I went online to learn how to do the barcode, which we've done it by ourselves. But as they scanned it, they said they don't want the one that we have done it ourselves,
They
and that
want
should be standardized. I don't know if there's any institution that does that specifically, so that they can help us with it.
For that, I don't know of specifics, but everything can be found online. And even now with ChatGPT, it's very easy. So you can just go through the whole, like, go through your problem with ChatGPT. Just give a summary of everything and ask for recommendations on companies, because I'm sure you just have to go on an international platform and probably register your product in order to get an international barcode, I'm sure. I don't think it's anything complicated. It's just the knowledge that we don't have at this very moment. Yeah, so I think you should just keep going online or use the AI tools available to you. Yeah. Okay.
Lastly, there's three questions, sorry though. So I'm not into this social media marketing thing.
Yeah.
I find it to be kind of tedious.
Yeah.
But some of my staffs are requesting that we do that and it will help. And I don't know, how do I go about this social media? Yes, I have social media handles, but I don't post there. I don't even know what I'm doing with them. In terms of creating content to post and those things, how do I go about it?
Okay, so first of all, social media is for a specific audience. Your target audience are, excuse me,
Mothers,
hospital.
mothers.
Oh, you
So
are trying to sell to individuals as well?
yeah, we do. So
Oh,
with
okay.
mothers and patients with diabetes, because
Okay.
type 2 diabetes, and that's why we deal with the hospital.
Yeah, so social media is not any complicated thing. It's just about creating content and posting it. So just showing people what you have, right? If you can't do that personally, hire somebody to do it. One of your staff should be able to handle social media for you. It's not a complicated thing at all. It's just about getting up daily, posting what you want to post. And then if you are targeting mothers and people with diabetes, those are those are two audiences that like to learn a lot, right? Mothers will not just eat anything. They want to know what is inside the food before they eat it. So you have to give them knowledge. So you can start by sharing what your business is about. Maybe these are 5 foods that you need to avoid when you are feeding your kids, or these are 5 foods that you need to include in your diet in order to reduce your blood sugar. So in that case, if somebody was scrolling and saw your post about 5 things you need to eat to lower your blood sugar, the person will stay and watch it, and then you have yourself a lead, which you can later convert into a customer, right? Yes. So those are two people who like to research a lot. So there's so many ideas you can spin in order to attract them on social media. Yeah. Okay. So
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. The next person is Realtor Sam.
Yes, good day, everyone.
Yes. Good
My
day.
name is, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. My name is Samuel.
Okay.
Uh, I go by the name Worker Sam. I'm from the real estate. I live in Abuja, FCT to be precise, which is Abuja.
Struggling to hear you.
So thank you.
Say you live in
Yes,
Abuja, right?
yes, I live in Abuja.
Okay.
So there are lots I would want to say, but then I want to just deal with you know something that is very recent that is a challenge to me. I do mostly with refer. So and some of these my referrals
Repairers. Is
I'm
that what you said?
sorry,
You say you deal with, did you say repairers?
referrals.
Precarer. Sorry.
Referrals.
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 Oh, sorry. Referrals. Yes, yes. Okay, go ahead, please.
Now, challenge is this. Before now, I don't charge for inspections. Okay. I take my clients for inspection free of charge. Okay. And I, recently, early this year, I started making some changes to my inspection. that is to say, charging per inspection. I do that. I try to make that changes to weed out some clients that I tagged time wasters. Okay, and it's telling on me because sometimes you never can tell who is serious and who is not serious.
Yeah.
So, like as of last week, I lost about three clients when
Yeah.
I tell them
You have to pay.
inspection
Yeah.
that they have to pay.
Yeah.
So, they never get back to me.
Yeah.
So, it's becoming a challenge. I am thinking of, going back to my old ways,
Mm. Yeah.
you know, uh, doing it without charging for inspection because this has kept me ahead of my, you know, credit bill. So
Mm.
now, sincerely, I'm in that point now to make, a decision. But good, like I said, I want to be brief. So I don't know. I'm
Okay.
thinking about this. Thank God I'm here,
Okay.
this afternoon. Please, what can you advise me on doing? Thank
Okay.
you.
So when you were not charging for inspections, what was the rate of them actually going for the building? Were more people going for the buildings?
Yes,
So you were
yes,
making more money.
yes, that's so true. I'm making more money. Like in a week, I can do like, 4, 5 inspections. Okay. But recently that I have introduced,
Yes.
fee
Yeah.
inspection. So the numbers are dropping. So, and
So so previous
that,
okay, so I'm saying that previously when you do 4, 5 inspections, out of that four,
yes,
five inspections, how many of them will buy or will pay for the apartment or something?
yes. Like sometimes, if I do like 4, 5 inspections, at least two comes back,
Two will come back,
you know,
they will pay for it.
like two come back.
Two will
You
come and then they will pay. But now,
know,
you are not, Mrs. Bedu, can I? Okay, yes, kindly, yeah. Okay, so, but now that you are charging for the inspections, the people you take around, they have reduced, right? So now it's how many people? Let's say in a week.
yes, in a week now, just like sometimes two, sometimes one.
Okay, and
So
those
recent.
yes, and those two people, none of them took the apartment or they did.
That sometimes with that too, I will do a lot of follow up, you know, because sometimes if they felt they paid for what they come to see,
Yeah.
they owe you things, you know, before I use that not paying as a bait, for them to keep talking to me, and once I did, they're like, oh my God, like the good guys here, they respond, oh, since I'm not charging. They believe that they paid. So, well, you can maybe possibly keep your property or something.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So it looks like we are talking about money here. So what I need you
Yes,
to, yes, I know. I need you to really clarify something. So when you were not charging the customers, let's say you don't have to tell me the exact amount, right? But when you were not charging the customers, if you take 5 people around in a week and two of them go for the apartment and you get a commission on it, let's say you make a certain amount of money, right? Now, when you charge them and you have less people going for it, and let's say out of that, one person goes for the apartment. So that one you get commission plus inspection charge, right? So it's all about you sitting down to compare the money you are making. If before you were taking people around, you were not charging inspection and you were not making money, there's no need for you to keep doing that. Sometimes because we are afraid of losing customers that we lose money, but we have forgotten that you are in business for money, right? You are not in business to So you need to really understand what you are doing, in the sense that you as Realtor Sam, are you providing free inspection? So that is maybe for you, your business, that is what makes your business stand out. For you, you provide free inspection, and then after you provide a hassle-free inspection, so people will know you as Realtor Sam, who provides free inspection. In that case, you have to be willing to sacrifice your inspection money. But in that case too, you have to make sure that whoever chooses the apartment, at least the money that they are paying is enough to take care of you, because the inspections are not easy. So if you are doing 5 a week and you're not making any money from the inspections, at least you have to make money from the sales, from the commission, right? So you cannot be doing things for free and then you are losing money and you're not, it has to make sense. Right now, if you want to charge inspector fee, then you know that maybe now you have to put in more effort. You need to do more marketing, because now you are charging people just to, I think, did he drop out of the? Okay, so he's not in. I think his line dropped. So rather than go on, I think let's go to the next person. David Ayete. Sorry. David.
Hello, David. Can you hear us? David is not speaking.
David is not speaking. Okay. I don't see any other.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Hi, David.
David, thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, you're
My
welcome.
issue you spoke about building trust in your brand.
Yeah.
So how can you build trust in your brand so that customers will have trust in you, will have trust in you? For example, I deal with smokes. I ship them from northern region in Wa to Accra and sell them and do delivery. So we normally do payment upon delivery within Accra. But outside Accra, we should pay before we send it. But most of the time, because of trust issue, people normally want to receive the smoke before they pay. I mean, customers outside Accra. And sometimes you can't receive, because sometimes you send the smoke, you get to the station, you call the customer to come for the smoke so that make payment, the customer will not come.
Yeah.
And it tends to extra cost on the business. So how will you build trust in your brand so that customers can pay before delivery, especially outside Accra? Thank you very much.
Okay. So first of all, you build trust by being consistent. I don't know, how do you market your business?
Online.
Okay, social media. Okay. So first of all,
Online. Sometimes I do Facebook advertisements. Yeah.
All right. So first of all, you build trust by being consistent, showing up for your business every single day. You have to build trust, let people get to know what your business is about, what your brand stands for, and also post customer testimonials, because I'm very sure a lot of people have bought your smokes before. So get their reviews. If you can, call your old customers, ask them, oh, you bought from us. We want to hear from you. How was the smoke? Let them tell you how it's going. Then you type that out and then you post it on your social media. That also helps to build the trust. And also for those people who are buying from you and they are not sure, they are afraid, you have to have a refund policy available, or a refund and or exchange policy available. So let them know that if you buy the smoke and it's not what you want, we will take it back. Right? I know sometimes it sounds scary, but out of 100 people, you have only 5 people doing that, especially if you know your product is good. You don't have to worry about that. Most people will not return it. But that will also help to build trust, because now you tell the customer that, oh, I understand that you don't trust us. Look at customer testimonials. People have bought from us. Those are real people who bought from us. If you can get videos of people who have worn your product so that you share it on social media. That will also be very great. So those are customer testimonials and reviews. And then you have a nice refund or exchange policy. So once we deliver it to you, if you don't like it, you can send it back to us. We will handle the shipping costs, we'll handle the delivery cost, and then we'll give you a new one, or we'll refund your money back to you. So that's a very simple way to build trust among new customers, because people don't want to feel like they are going to be scammed. They want to buy things risk-free. Also, you can't keep running your business on pay on delivery, because like you said, some people the item will get to the station and then they are not answering their calls. So you have that one, it's not possible. You can't run your business like that. So that is the other way for you to be able to build customer trust. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay.
I'm most grateful.
Sorry, who am I speaking to now?
Looks like we have some questions in the
Yes, in the chat. Okay.
chats.
So I
Yes.
think the live coaching is over. So we just go to the questions and answer, right? Okay, so let me answer the questions in the chat.
Randall wants to know the difference between confidence and rudeness.
Samo. I think it's rudeness is making people feel less of themselves while you make yourself feel better. And that is unacceptable. So confidence is feeling good about yourself, but not making other people feel less of themselves. It's not the same thing. So rudeness is when you talk down on people, and that is unacceptable. I don't know this. Do you mean competitors' weakness or strength? I can't remember what the question was about, but I'm guessing it was about that circle, the graph thing I
The
did.
Venn diagram, yes.
The Venn diagram. Yes, that's the word. Okay, so I guess let me go back to it and just go over it quickly. So the purple is your competitor's business. Your competitor's business. So your competitor's weaknesses is outside of your customer's needs. So let's say your competitor is providing black shoe, while your customers want brown shoe. So that is your competitor's weakness because it's outside of your customer's needs, right? So then market opportunities are your competitor's strengths that align with your customer's needs that you don't provide. Then it becomes a market opportunity, right? Strategic advantages, there are services that the two of you provide, but since the two of you provide it, you have the edge, like you have the advantage or you have the opportunity to improve yours in order to make it better than your competitor. And then the unique solutions you provide, there are things you provide to your customers that your competitor does not provide. And then your standout factor. So that is the overlap. When your that your business aligns with your customers' needs, and it's also something that your competitor provides. And so it's at the end of the day, there's an overlap, then that is where you can stand out as a business and show yourself as better than other competitors. So yeah, I hope it's clear. Okay. Teresa says she sells jewelry, she's new, she has a lot of competitors, as does every other business, Teresa. Do you know the number of people who are selling hair alone in Ghana? Your selling point is the price. You're able to source from a less expensive. Okay, that's good. But you're struggling to get the numbers on social media. Okay, so social media is all about consistency. It's all about innovation. You can't just be posting pictures of your earring every single day. It's going to get boring. Nobody is going to follow a page that is always posting jewelry. It's just like it feels like a waste of like people don't like to follow people these days. So they have to follow you if you are giving them value. So right now, think about it. What are your target market's pain points? Me like this, I have a problem when I buy jewelry and then after a while, it starts to fade. So now teach people how to prevent their jewelry from fading. That is innovation. That is when people will now see your page and decide to follow you, and eventually you can convert them into paying customers. Yeah, so you just have to understand your target market's pain points, and you have to move from your colleagues at work because they are not, it's too small, it's too narrow a target market. You have to widen. So social media gives us an easy way to widen our audience without going around sharing flyers like before. So yeah, so you have to, and also you have to invest in social media. Social media, you have to be willing to spend money to make money. So you have to invest in Instagram ads, boost your page to reach new audience, and then create value, create innovative content. Don't just post your products all the time. It gets boring. Okay. So are there any more questions? Okay, so if there are no more questions, let me go on. Okay, so last year I decided to develop something called the Business of Your Dreams. So the Business of Your Dreams is a platform where I provide resources for entrepreneurs to start, grow, and scale with confidence. So I have courses, I have coaching sessions, and we also have a weekly accountability group. I'll get into that in a bit. So these are some of a few courses that I have on the platform now. How I made $25,000 from my hair business in 5 days. So this is actually a true story of how after I spent 5 or 6 months outside Ghana last year, I came in November and I introduced something new in my business. And within a week, we made $25,000. And I was so surprised that this strategy really shocked me. So I decided to document everything and I put it in this book. This is a free ebook. So you find this at thebusinessofyourdreams.org. You can see the website here. So it's a free ebook. You can download it and you can also apply the same principles to your business. So this is also a free ebook, Build the Business of Your Dreams, a step-by-step guide for new entrepreneurs. So it gives you a day-to-day step, like from day 1 to day 30, on what you can do to launch your dream business. So it's also a free ebook. And there are also other resources on the website for various people. And I'm currently working on this course, how to run effective Instagram ads, because I realized that most of the time people don't know what they are doing on Instagram. So they run ads and it's more like they're just wasting money. So this course will be ready by next week. So it will be on the businessofyourdreams.org. And also there's something I have, the growth circle, and the growth circle is very dear to me. Every Sunday, every single Sunday, at 6 p.m., I meet just 10 people, just 10 entrepreneurs. We meet and then we talk about individual challenges. We talk about relevant topics. I also give them goals for the week. So I give them specific goals that they are supposed to achieve at the end of the week. And these are some of the reviews from this sessions. People find it really, really good for them because when you come, you meet people from different, because it's a very interactive session. Everybody gets to talk. Everybody is able to share about their business, and then we share challenges. And you can see the reviews. People say it's soothing to know they are not the only ones struggling. It's therapeutic, and it's nice that they are held accountable for their goals. So it's 100 cedis per session. And I mean, it's also risk-free. If you come for the session and you find that the session was not relevant for you, you get your 100 cedis back. So at the end of the day, you're not spending, you're not losing anything. And if you want a monthly subscription, that's 250 Ghana cedis. Yeah, so it's also at the Business of Your Dreams, or you can just send me a DM on Instagram. So this is my Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram. You can send me a DM on Instagram if you have any questions, you have any further clarifications. This is the website, thebusinessofyourdreams.org. And also I have a YouTube channel where I share business tips. I also interview people who have made it in business in Ghana as well. Yes, so
Thank you very much, Blessing. This was a very insightful session. And based on what we've heard and gathered, at least for our checklist, we know that one, we have to know our brand, we have to define our audience, position ourselves with purpose, build trust and relationships, and also create systems for sustainability. I mean, for the automation part, it's something that we are not taking lightly at all because now business trends are moving very fast and we can't dedicate all our time for manual work. So please let's invest in automation as our resource person said. Thank you very much for joining this session.
I see a question here. Should I answer it since
yes,
we have a bit?
If you have the time.
How can I get more traffic for my natural soap business? I'm into natural soap production, and most times I get complaints of the size. But if I increase it, the next complaint, okay, the price. Okay, so one thing about business is you're not going to run a business without complaints. If you make it 1 cedi, people will complain. You make it 1,000 cedis, people will complain. So I think you should just have a standardized size which works. So compare it to the other soaps on the market, the soaps that are not the other soaps that are in the supermarkets. Compare it to them. Look at the sizes. Or you can also have options. You can have 2 different sizes so that maybe the smaller size and the bigger size. So people can choose. And traffic is all about marketing. You're not going to get traffic if you don't market your business. Nobody knows about you. If you are sitting in your room and you're not talking about your business, nobody is going to know anything about your business. So you need to put yourself out there, market your business, show up. If you want to use social media, learn how to use social media very well. I post a lot of tips on my Instagram page, so you should definitely follow me about how to build your social media business. So post your business, market your business shamelessly. Market your business shamelessly. Yes. And the website, I'm typing it in the chat, the business of your dreams.org. Oh, yes, the business of your dreams. And I'm just putting the link to the growth circle. Sorry, I am what's his name? Sorry, Raymond. If I cut you off, I'm posting the link to the growth circle. Oh. So the growth circle, you can try it for a session. You don't have to pay for the monthly one just yet. Just try it. You can try it for this Sunday. And if it's beneficial for you, you can just send me a message. If not, you get your money back. Don't worry about it. And I just sent the link for the growth circle as well to the chat. And if you're also interested in the growth plan, that's for the 250 cedis for 4 sessions. This is the link for that as well. Okay. All right. I think if there's no other question, Raymond, over to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Blessing. So the last part I was speaking on automation. So let's make it a point to automate our businesses to relieve ourselves of stress, because you have competitors who are heavily investing into research when it comes to your industries. So I'll also take this opportunity to introduce the Oze Business App to our guests. If you are new today on our session, we hold this workshop on the last Wednesdays of every month. So look forward to next month's session. But I'd like to introduce you to the Oze Business App. Oze Business App is combining your calculator, your sales book, and your receipt book into an app that helps you record sales, expenses, share receipts and invoices, remind people who are owing you to pay, and then also automate transactions. You can also create your own e-commerce shop. So when it comes to automation, it's very, very simple. Now, the app overall gives you insights of your business performance, whether you're making profits or losses. The example I always like to use is that if you stand on a scale before to check your weight, you see the numbers there, and then you are either okay or you are alarmed. Now, based on the number you see that is your weight, you are informed to carry out an action. So let our businesses be based on data-driven decisions. Now, if I put my business on the scale, is my business heavy or it's lean? Are you making profits or you're making losses? If you're not recording your sales and expenses, it's difficult for you to get any informed decision to take an action. So I will encourage you today to download the Oze Business App on the App Store or the Play Store. Once you get there, you type Oze Business App, and then it comes with a wavy circle, white wavy circle on a navy blue background. So on every Friday, we hold live demo sessions where we teach you how to use the app as well. So please make sure you have. So that the link has been shared in the group, in the chat session. It's also be shared on our WhatsApp groups if you are part. So kindly visit the Play Store or App Store to download the Oze Business App, and then we'll teach you how to use it all the way. We enjoy hand-holding because entrepreneurship is not an easy thing to do. And so once again, I'd like to say thank you to our resource person, Blessing. It's a very lively and interactive session. We are also grateful for the free coaching session that you gave. And I'll say thank you to everyone. Wishing you all the best in your businesses. We hope to meet another day and then making sure that we are making more profits and more money coming in. Thank you very much for your time. Enjoy your week. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.